This is the story of Syamantak gem. Syamantak gem was a gem that had the power of the sun. Whichever place this gem was kept in, the place would always prosper. Now, who would not want to possess such a gem? Even Bhagwan Sri Krishna wanted to have it. As a kid, Sri Krishna used to steal butter. That is the reason he also goes by the nickname Makhan Chor. However, this time the allegation was serious. This time the allegation was that Sri Krishna had stolen the most precious gem in the world. The allegation was that Sri Krishna had stolen the Syamantak gem. What was the truth behind this allegation? Did Sri Krishna really steal that precious gem? If not, then why was he accused of doing so? We will find out all the answers to these questions in today's story. This story is also connected to two of Sri Krishna's wives, Jamvanti and Satyabhama. So, without further ado, let's hear the story of the Syamantak gem and find out the answers to all these questions. The leader of Andhak clan of Yadav, Satyajit, was a great devotee of the sun. He had worshipped the sun for many years. One morning, when Satyajit was performing his daily ritual of praying to the sun, the god of light appeared in front of him in person. Satyajit could not even see him because of the brightness caused by his presence. On Satyajit's request, Bhagwan Aditya preserved his aura inside a gemstone so that Satyajit could see him. When the sun god offered Satyajit a boon, he wanted that gem for himself. Bhagwan Bhaskar presented that divine Syamantak gem to Satyajit. The gem was filled with the aura of the sun, and when Satyajit entered his town wearing that gem on his neck, everyone thought that the sun god himself had appeared in front of them. Satyajit gifted that gem to his beloved younger brother Prasenjit. For many years, this gem remained within the Andhak clan and brought prosperity to them. Whichever place the gem was kept would never face a flood or drought, and all the people living in the vicinity were free from any disease. When Sri Krishna got to know about the gem, he expressed his desire to possess it in front of Prasen. However, Prasen refused Sri Krishna's request. One day, Prasen went to the jungle for hunting, wearing that gem on his neck. A lion there got attracted to the brightness of the gem and killed Prasen to take the gem from him. When the great Jamvan noticed the lion running away with the precious gem in his mouth, he fought the lion and killed him. He took the gem and went to his cave. If you are all thinking whether he is the same Jamvan, then you are correct. Yes, he is the same Jamvan who had assisted Bhagwan Ram in his quest for Mata Sita. When Prasen did not return for many days, leaders of Andhak clan started suspecting Sri Krishna behind his disappearance. Since Sri Krishna had asked Prasen for the gem and Prasen refused, everyone thought maybe it is Sri Krishna who had kidnapped or killed Prasen in order to steal the Syamantak gem. Satyajit came to Dwarka to confront Sri Krishna. He visited the palace and declared in the open court, "O son of Yashoda, everyone knows you used to steal butter as a kid. Since when have you graduated to stealing gems? Wherever you have kept my beloved brother and my precious Syamantak Mani, you must return it at once." Sri Krishna had not stolen the gem, yet he was being accused of the same. Sri Krishna decided to investigate the matter and clear his name. Sri Krishna, along with his brother Balram and other companions, went to the jungle looking for Prasen. In the jungle, they found the dead bodies of Prasen and his horse. They also found a lion lying dead nearby. However, there was no sign of the Syamantak Mani. Sri Krishna noticed footmarks of a giant bear and followed them to the cave of Jamvan. Sri Krishna decided to enter the cave. He told Balram and others to wait outside for 10 days, and if he does not come out in 10 days, they must close the exit of the cave and go back to Dwarka. Inside the cave, Sri Krishna was confronted by mighty Jamvan. The duel between the two went on for 21 days. Outside the cave, Balram and the others waited for 12 days, and in the end, as instructed by Sri Krishna, closed the exit of the cave and left for Dwarka. Entire Dwarka went into mourning. Inside the cave, after fighting for 21 days, mighty Jamvan started feeling weak. He thought, who else in this world can be more powerful than him? Could he be the incarnation of Bhagwan Ram himself? Realizing this, Jamvan dropped to his knees and said with his folded hands, O Savior of the world, forgive me since I could not recognize you. I feel truly blessed to have witnessed you in this incarnation after so many years. Sri Krishna picked Jamvan up with both his hands and hugged him with affection in his heart. He told Jamvan about the Syamantak gem and the accusation laid on him. Jamvan agreed to return the gem to Sri Krishna with pleasure, but he requested him to marry his daughter, Jamvanti. Sri Krishna married Jamvanti and returned to Dwarka with his new wife and the Syamantak gem. He called for Satyajit and presented the Syamantak gem to him in front of everyone in the open court, thus clearing his name. Satyajit realized his mistake and offered his daughter Satyabhama's hand in marriage to Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna happily obliged and married Satyabhama. When Sri Krishna and Balram went to Hastinapur after hearing of the demise of their aunt Kunti and cousins Pandav in the fire of Varnavrat, Shatdhanva took this opportunity to kill Satyajit and steal the Syamantak gem from him. Shatdhanva stole the gem and gave it to Akrur. When Satyabhama heard about her father's murder, she went to Varnavrat and demanded Sri Krishna to avenge her father's murder. Sri Krishna, along with Balram, returned to Dwarka at once and confronted Shatdhanva. There was a massive battle between Sri Krishna and Shatdhanva, at the end of which, sensing sure defeat, Shatdhanva ran away from the battlefield and was chased by Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna chased him and killed him near Mithila. However, the gem was not in his possession. Akrur was in Kashi. When Akrur returned from Kashi, Sri Krishna asked him about the Syamantak gem, and Akrur presented the gem to him without any protest. Sri Krishna was very happy with Akrur's honesty and returned the gem to him and instructed him to ensure that the gem never leaves Dwarka. This is the same Akrurji who was sent to Gokul by Kans to invite Sri Krishna and Balram to Mathura. Akrurji was aware of Kans's plan to kill the both of them. He informed Sri Krishna of this plan and nudged him to kill Kans. Many people believe that the Syamantak gem disappeared with the disappearance of Dwarka, and it may still be buried at the bottom of the ocean.